Are you ready?
Join corner where the big boys play.
Well, hello everyone. Oh, we're back with another episode of Ask Streamyard. I'm really excited about today's topic. So we're going to be talking about using video transitions in your streams. I don't know if you've been tuning into the show lately, but we go live and we do this Ask Streamyard show every Wednesday at 11 a.m. And so here we are once again. Now that's Eastern time. So we go live every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern, and we are answering your questions in this show. So what we do is we take one of your questions and we actually do a deep dive. And so we actually have had some people ask questions about video overlays, video transitions, using GIF files. So I thought, well, let's do it. Let's talk about it. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I'm going to show you how you can use video transitions in the middle of your streams using StreamYard. You can also use these videos as little breaks for yourself on screen. You can still be talking behind them. So we're going to break it all down for you. And I know that you all are going to have some great questions today as well. So feel free to ask those questions, put a Q in front of that question. So we are definitely going to do that. So Video for Bosses says, I'll need to put this show on my calendar as that's 4 p.m. for me. Yes, Video for Bosses, put us in your calendar. We are live again every Wednesday. This is the Ask StreamYard show. I am your host, Melanie Dyann Howe, and I love doing this show because I like to help people learn new things about StreamYard, but also learn strategies and learn things about how to level up their live videos. And so one of those ways that you can absolutely level up your live videos and your live streams is to add some of these video transitions or these animated GIFs, either the beginning of your show, but I want you to start thinking about using them in the middle of your show. So I will show you what the heck I am talking about. But first, I got to say hi to everybody. So we got all kinds of people in the house. My goodness, we have Amy Freeman is here from Richmond, Virginia. We've got all kinds of people. We've got OK from Chicago. Love me some Chicago. Joe McFlow from Boston. Oh, we got all kinds of people here today. This is fantastic. So we've got, let's see. Yes, I'm live. You are watching me live. You are here and you are catching it live, not a replay, right? So if you are here watching me live, awesome sauce. Love it. If you're watching the replay later, no problem. Just feel free to also comment on this video and let us know what questions you might have, of course, about today's topic, of course. So who is the founder of StreamYard? Well, you want to tune in, my friend, on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time because the founders of StreamYard, Dan and Gage, are live every single week on Sunday nights for the town hall where they talk to you and they answer questions and they also let you know what's coming up with StreamYard. So definitely want to make sure you put that show on your calendar as well because it's pretty awesome. So, all right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have you guys hang on to your questions for a few minutes, okay? So hang on to those questions for a few minutes. I am definitely going to be doing some Q&A around this stuff today. But again, if you are joining us now, today we are going to be talking about using video transitions. And honestly, many of you maybe have thought about this. The answer is yes, you can totally do this. Now, before we go into what I'm going to talk about with you guys today, I want to make sure everybody understands. StreamYard has 3 types of plans. There is a free plan that you can use that is absolutely amazing and awesome, okay? And then there is a basic plan, and then there's a professional plan, okay? Now, on the basic and professional plans, you can upload your own graphic assets. That's going to be static images as overlays, like I just pulled up and showed you on screen. That's also going to be, transparent overlays. Like if you wanted to have your own custom, rule of thirds or whatnot, this would be one of those. That is a custom overlay as well. This is the StreamYard one that comes in everybody's StreamYard account, of course. That's what a transparent PNG file looks like when you use it as an overlay. But then again, as I said, you can have a full static overlay like that you can pull up maybe at the end. That does require to be on the basic plan or the professional plan. If you're on a free account, you are able to actually upload your own custom graphics. That is one of the benefits of being on a free or on a paid account. Now, you also on those paid accounts are going to be able to upload video clips. So the countdown timer that I played right when we were getting started, that is a video clip that we played. And so video clips, overlays, you select it in your studio and it displays. And then when you click it again, it goes away. All right. Now you can upload PNG files and you can upload GIF files that are less than 3 megabytes. So that's what can count for an overlay. So PNGs, JPEGs, and of course, GIF files. In the video clips, you can upload MP4 files that are awesome. And here's the difference between the video clip is that when you play the video, a video has a start and an end, okay? And when that video starts, it's going to basically cover everything up on the screen. But when that video is over, that video is going to come down and you are going to be back on screen, or what if you're added to the studio. So it's automatically going to do that. That's the difference between a video file and an overlay. So a video file, once you play it and when it ends, it's gone. Okay. And so like that countdown timer, I didn't have to click anything. When the video was over, it went away and I was there added, ready to go. If a video file has sound, it is automatically going to mute your microphone and play that sound for your audience. Now, you can actually manually unmute your microphone in the middle of that video while there's sound playing if you wanted to, but you don't have to worry about, unmuting your microphone when the video is over. It's just going to basically mute you while the video is playing, and then it's going to unmute you and take that video down when the video ends. Now, if that video does not have sound, StreamYard is smart enough to know that, and it is not going to mute your microphone. So if you play a video file that doesn't have any sound, then your mic is still hot, right? So your audience can still hear you. So if you did play one of those videos and you didn't want them to hear you breathing or sneezing or taking a sip of your coffee or whatever, you would need to manually mute your microphone if you played a video that didn't have sound, right? Now, all of these things are important because as you're going to be using these video files and these kind of overlays, you need to understand the mechanics about how all that's going to affect your stream. Because I would not want you to, create this video transition and then not know that your mic is still going to be on when it's going. Or also, I would want you to know that you can talk, during that video transition. So it's really important to understand the logistics. Now, before everybody gets nervous about any of this, then here's what I always recommend to people, because people think, oh my gosh, how can I learn how to do all this stuff, doing live videos and learn how to do these things while I'm live? My audience is going to see me like trying to figure it out. Well, I personally, depends on your audience, my audience always sees me trying to figure things out and tinkering and all that stuff, but they kind of come along for the journey. But a lot of times I also will try new things, but I will I will stream in a private Facebook group that just has me in it. So that's kind of one of those things that I always recommend to everyone, is to create a private Facebook group and just use it as your playground, right? And you can be in there and you can stream to that Facebook group. You can stream to a Facebook group on a free account, a paid account, doesn't matter. Everyone who uses StreamYard can stream to a private Facebook group as long as you have Facebook, of course. So create a private Facebook group and just call it your live video playground. Don't add anyone else to it. And there you are. You can go in there and you can really practice and experiment with some of these things. Now, if you're not a Facebook person, you can also do the same thing. You could stream to an unlisted or private YouTube video, of course, when you set that up. But the other thing I always like to remind everyone is that you can go into the StreamYard studio. You can create a broadcast, okay, and never click go live. You can do this and just never click go live, and you can play around with everything that you see. You can play around with all the functions, the features. You can practice playing these transitions or these overlays, any of that stuff. You can do that without actually being live. So I love that about StreamYard, is that you can actually kind of get familiar with the studio, get used to clicking things, see how things work without being live. So always keep that in mind. And I do recommend that as you're going to start to incorporate a level up element of your productions, that you do practice it a little bit, that you do get kind of acclimated, you do get used to it, because, the way that the studio's laid out and the way that, you need to know where to click and where to go and just, it kind of takes a little practice, right? It takes a little bit of practice. So I definitely want to recommend that everybody does that. So we're going to do this. We're going to have a lot of fun today. So you guys are here from all over the place. We are excited. It looks like you guys are really ready to have fun with this stream. So real quick video for bosses. It's not necessarily related to today's topic, but I do want you to know I'm using the Shure MV7. So this is a microphone that actually is a great microphone. In fact, Julie Riley uses this exact same microphone. So if you've caught Julie Riley's streams, which if you're watching the Facebook group, it says Julie Riley is streaming, but I'm not Julie. She's just our owner of our Facebook group. But she uses the same microphone, but she actually uses it plugged in, well, at least she used to, plugged in using the USB cable. So this mic is great because out of the box, you can use it right away. You can just use the USB cable, plug it into your computer, and you have an amazing microphone. Now, if you want to use an XLR, you actually can also use this microphone. You can get an XLR cable and an XLR interface and use the XLR. Today, I'm using the XLR as for this microphone. So I love this mic. It's great. It does sound great. I love it for podcasting and also live streaming. So, okay, let's get started. We're going to have some fun here. We're going to have a lot of fun. You guys have really, really, really great questions here. So here's what we're going to be talking about. We are going to be talking about using video transitions in our streams using Streamyard. Now, there are a lot of ways that people can get really fancy with their streams and do different transitions and do things using third-party hardware, even third-party software. So for example, OBS, you could use OBS Virtual Camera. I'm actually using OBS Virtual Camera today. So you actually, I'm able to do that. Now I do that so that I have a video switcher. That's essentially why I do that. So if you look here, you'll notice I have OBS open over here on this monitor, and I am using the OBS Virtual Camera, and that's the webcam I selected inside StreamYard. So that's how I'm able to do all this stuff and switch between different camera angles and whatnot. I'm also using my Stream Deck to control OBS. I could totally play videos and do all kinds of crazy fancy things with OBS, right? So, but today what we're going to talk about is we are going to talk about how you can do all of these things right inside StreamYard. I don't do any of those fancy things in OBS. I just use StreamYard because it's super, super easy, and I love how versatile it is. And it's just, I can even like upload something right in the middle of my stream if I decide to do it, which we will be doing today because I'm going to be demoing this today. That is one of the cool things that makes it awesome. Can you use vMix? So if you wanted to use vMix with StreamYard, I don't use vMix. It's very complicated, but I believe you can use vMix, and they have a virtual camera as well, just like OBS does. And then when you open up StreamYard, when you select your webcam, you would select that vMix virtual camera. So then anything you're doing in vMix is what will be displayed and streamed out via StreamYard. So that's how that works. So you totally could. But today, what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be showing you how you only need StreamYard to do these things. So all of you StreamYard users, we don't need to worry about all these other third-party applications or any of that stuff. We're going to talk about how we do it in StreamYard because you don't need any of that stuff to create really great transitions and shows. So if you guys tuned in last week, when Christian and we did a 3-hour stream, by the way, we did like a marathon stream, and we actually used short video transitions to introduce each new feature. So what we did last week is Christian and I went through all of the latest and greatest new features, hotkeys, StreamYard Teams, the video library, the embedding and the sharing, the picture-in-picture layout. We went through all that stuff. And so what we did is, because it was going to be a really intense stream with a lot of content, I created transition videos so that as we introduced each topic, we played those little transition videos. And so I saved a couple of those in the studio. And if you saw the show last week, you saw those, right? But this week, what we've got this week, or what they were, is they looked like this. So literally, I am playing this. I'm talking in the background. You can still hear me. And that is because that is a video clip. It's short. It's a video clip that there's no sound. And so that's one thing we did. We were like, okay, next up, we're going to talk about LinkedIn and Twitter updates. Yes, this is what we've got. We've got some new information about LinkedIn and Twitter, and that's what we're going to talk about. So that was what I would call a little intro screen, right? That's an introduction to a segment. We also had one of these as well for a different feature. So we did all of these before each new feature was introduced. That really just added kind of an extra production element to the stream. And we've been doing that a little bit more lately. We've been experimenting with this. It not only broke it up for you as the viewer, you got to kind of see something different than just me on screen the whole time, which would be boring, right? But also what these little transition videos can do is it gives you a little break, which it gives you a little break to kind of, like, you're talking and you can just be like, and like you can stretch your eyes, you can just, do whatever you need to do. So just keep in mind, you need to understand the duration of that clip. As of right now, in StreamYard, it doesn't have like any kind of countdown. So you can't see like that the video clip is about to end or anything like that. That could be a good idea maybe as the StreamYard continues to enhance this application. But you just need to kind of have a good pulse check because if you are resting your face and you're doing making faces or stretching or even wiping your nose, because sometimes you need to do that, know when that video clip ends, it goes away and you are back on screen. So keep that in mind, of course, as well. So those are just a couple of examples that I wanted to point out for you guys, but I am going to be doing some demoing today. So we're going to be talking about all this awesome stuff. So just checking in on you all, seeing how we're doing here, making sure I didn't miss any specific things, right? So, now, okay, so I gotta say this real quick. So we're gonna be talking about these video transitions today. That is today's topic. But if you have a feature request that has nothing to do with this, please leave it out of the comments because where we want you to go is that we actually want you to go to streamyard.com/contact. And I want you to actually fill out the form. There's a big button that you need to click on and it's going to let you fill out a feature request form. So I want you to go there. So somebody's asking you about, a voice changer. Somebody's asking about something else. Don't worry. We're not going to entertain feature requests inside of today's stream. So if you want those feature requests, in fact, really, this is the best place for anyone that has a feature request is go to streamyard.com/contact and fill out the form that's in there. Give as much detail as possible. And that's going to allow our development team to see your feature request, but also they may reach back out to you, ask some more additional questions. And this is the best way for you to get your feature requests taken care of and paid attention to. So, all right, now if you're all just joining us, we're talking about video transitions, and this is our Ask StreamYard show. So, just a quick reminder: if you have a question that you want to get featured on this show, use the Ask StreamYard hashtag, and we will look at it, review it, and if it's juicy enough, it's gotta be juicy. It's gotta be juicy. Then we definitely are going to take care of it. If it's not juicy, you may be better off actually just posting in our Facebook group, getting support from our fellow community members, or even just reaching out to support directly by emailing support@streamyard.com. So, and if you're not part of that Facebook group, why aren't you in there? Get in there. Get in there. Facebook community, StreamYard, that's all you got to search for, and it will pop up. Get in there and join us. So, okay, we are going to talk about video transitions. So I'm going to be doing some demo today. I'm going to be talking about some super awesome applications that we can use to create some of these cool transition videos, because sometimes that's part of the problem. Some part of the issue that some people have as well is that they're like, hey, that's cool, but I don't know how to make videos. Listen, there are applications on the market right now that make this so much easier. I'm telling you, I'm also not a video editor. I'm a dabbler. I dabble in these applications, and that is what I love about today's modern marketing is that anyone can create amazing content. Anyone can create great graphics. Anyone can create videos. Anyone can create amazing live broadcasts because all this software and all these applications have come out and they are just amazing, and they make it so much easier for the non-professional to create professional stuff, right? For their marketing and for marketing themselves. So we're definitely going to be having an awesome time with this today. So, all right. Okay. We are going to come in here. I'm looking at your comments. You guys are cracking me up actually. So, all right. We are ready to rock and roll. Let me pull some things up here. So what I'm going to be doing is we're going to talk about a few different applications that we're going to be using to not only create the videos, but I'm going to give you guys a quick shortcut as well. So let me look at my notes really fast. Yeah. So listen, when you're using StreamYard and you are scheduling that broadcast, hopefully you're creating a thumbnail, right? Like the thumbnail that we used today, we take this down and pull it up. This was today's thumbnail, right? So this is today's thumbnail for our broadcast we're using today. Now, that's an example, right? Thumbnails can look totally different. They can look in all these different styles, all these different ways. This could even be a thumbnail right here, but it's now floating. But so you get my point, right? So hopefully you're creating a thumbnail. If you're creating a thumbnail, definitely let me know in the comments. Yes, you're creating thumbnails. Put that in there so I can see where we all stand today. Okay. So one of the really, really, really popular applications to create these thumbnails, which Amy's jumping ahead, is Canva. And so I love Canva. I'm a Canva certified creative. I've been using Canva since it first came out. I was just one of those lucky people that just happened to stumble upon this application. Now it's like so many people know about Canva. If you don't know about Canva, definitely you want to be checking out. So here come the comments. Thumbnails, thumbnails, thumbnails. Yes. Robin's making thumbnails. We got all kinds of people. Pixel Pia making thumbnails. Christine making thumbnails. Steven, everybody. Don, Alex, Kathy, Comics Talk Weekly, Fernando. Oh yeah. So very, very, yes. Alex says, love Canva. So yeah. So yep, I use Canva for thumbnails and graphics too. Yes. Listen, Canva's awesome. There's a lot of other applications out there that have come along that are very great too. So there's a ton of video applications. So I'm going to talk to you about 3 applications I want you to talk about or think about using. So here's the deal. So many people use Canva, right? That's why I want to talk about Canva and show you guys what we're going to be doing today. So let me get this ready to go over here on my screen. Oh, we don't want that one. Let me get a new window open. I accidentally closed my window, my browser. I'm going to share my screen with y'all. I'm using Streamyard to share my screen. And I'm going to show you live how to take a thumbnail. I'm going to just pull up some of my thumbnails for my own show. Share screen. And here we go. Okay. So this is what we've got right now. So here is Canva. All right. So let's pull our banner down so you guys can see the full screen here. So what we have here is Canva. And this is a thumbnail design that I use for my own show. I just took a Canva template. I made it my own, made some tweaks to it. And I actually also used the gradient background as my background on my shows as well. And so, that's kind of some of the awesome things you can do there too. So I started with a simple Canva, design, made some thumbnails, and I have different ones, right? So I've got there's my live Q&A one, there's a catch-up one, here's, one that we did a while back, and this is one I actually just did yesterday right here. So these are super easy to make in Canva, but you're already probably making a thumbnail. So what I want you to think about if you're using Canva is, let's see here, let's find one. Let's just do the live Q&A one. That one's kind of simple and easy, right? So if you're already making these graphics, right? Actually, let's find one that has more elements in it. There we go. Let's do this one. Why not do a StreamYard feature one, right? So I'm already using Canva. So I want you to take it and I want you to animate it. So Canva allows you to do animations. So you can do page animations and you can do element animations. So you can literally click an element and you can go up here to animate. And you can select any of these. It's going to give you a little preview. Let me fix this because this is already there. All right. No animation on the page. Now let's click on the actual element. I'm going to click animate and I go over here and you're going to notice it's going to show us the different animations that we can select from. Now these are also animated as well. As you can see, animate. We'll do none. I'm going to make all these none real quick. So you see what I clearly already did this one, which maybe I should have picked a different one. So let's do all these as none. So right now, this is what this is going to look like, right? It's just going to be simple and straightforward. So let's click on this and let's click animate. Let's do the block. I like the block one. It's actually kind of unique to Canva. It's one of the only ones they have they're the only one of the only applications that has that. So I'm going to click on that. And now I'm actually going to animate this one as well. I can actually make that different. I can go to typewriter. So I can also so you can actually have different text, have different animations, which I actually recommend because if it's all the same, then it can just be a little jarring. And so, you can have different ones that come in differently. So, we've got all that stuff. Here's one that's kind of fun, right? So here's one that's a little busy, in my opinion. I like it. So let's click breathe. And then let's go ahead and also animate these 2 logos right here. We'll breathe those in. Oops. Yeah. Breathe those in as well. Breathe that in. Okay. Now notice I kept myself static just because that's just the way I want it to be. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm actually going to move this all the way up to the top so that y'all can preview what this is going to look like. There's a couple different ways we can do it, but if you're using thumbnails, this is probably what you're going to be dealing with, okay? So all the way at the top, and we're just going to preview that. Now, one thing else to keep in mind is this right here. Notice this 8 seconds. So this is the page that I'm on. Page 1 is going to last 8 seconds. And so if you want that to be longer, okay, so if you want that to be that transition to be a little bit longer, you can adjust that. You can simply just click on that and you can actually change it, right? So let's go ahead and keep it at 8 seconds. I think that's pretty good timing because what I'm going to be using this one for, this thumbnail, is going to essentially be an overlay, a video overlay that I make that I'm going to talk behind. So I don't want it to be long. It just needs to be short. And I'm going to make it a video so that it will just automatically go away. And so I don't have to worry about clicking it to turn it off again, right? And so that's what we're going to be doing right here. So it's 8 seconds. So let's preview it real fast. Yep, that's what it's going to look like for 8 seconds. And then it's going to go to the next video. But so now we're just going to download this. We're going to download this from Canva as an MP4 file. All right, we're going to make sure we just select page 1 and we're going to download that. So while that's downloading, I'm going to check on all of you because it's going to take a minute because it just takes a minute to download video files from there. So are these video transitions like crossfades and wipes, or is this just about starting and stopping videos? Okay, so human city junction. Sorry, that took me a second. So right now what I'm talking about is this video, the animations I'm showing you, those little fades and stuff, those are inside the video itself. As of right now, there's no special video transition effects that you can customize inside StreamYard. Okay, so these are just, this is a video that's going to play as a transition in my stream, not actually editing a video with transitions. So the transitions that we're talking about is literally like a stinger. Like it's going to come in like if your countdown was done and then all of a sudden there was like a introducing Melanie Dyann Howe, blah, 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 like something like that. Or we'll talk about this in a moment. If you have different segments to your show, you might want to use these video transitions to switch into the next segment. So that's what we're talking about today. But that's a great question because they do use similar terminology, but they are different. So Erica wants to know about are these features available with the free account? I get lost with all the features with Canva. I want to say that everyone has the ability to use animations, but if somebody can confirm that, totally fine with that. I'm almost positive that all of these features I'm showing you in there, they are part of Canva free. So I'm going to save my video to my folder. So it's an MP4 file. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up StreamYard. So I'm literally going to enter the studio. Okay, so turn that camera off. Oops. Now we're good. Enter. And then, hold on. I don't want to do that. I got to fix my audio. Okay. I think we're good now. Okay, so let me take a sip of water. Got a tickle in my throat every Wednesday. Okay, so I'm going to show you my screen now. So share. Now you're going to see some duplication here when we do this. So here is my StreamYard account. There's all your comments coming in. I am going over here to brand, and I am going to upload the overlay into my video clips. Okay, so it's an MP4 file. So I'm going to upload that overlay. Sorry, I had to take a glass of water. I got a little cough going on. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I've uploaded it in the video clips. Sorry, guys. And now I'm going to click on that video clip. So when I click on that video clip, it's going to play over me. So that's what we're going to do. So we're in the brand. I've uploaded the video clip, and here it is. So that is the thumbnail that we just took and repurposed into an animated MP4 file. And now it's going to go away. So when it goes away, it immediately is taken down from the screen and you're still here. Now, because that video did not have any sound, it did not mute my microphone. Now, I'm not going to mess with sound today because I don't want to deal with any copyright issues and all that crazy stuff that happens. But if you have, access to audio files like that have stinger sounds like or whatever you want to do, you could totally play music. Now, I actually, you can also get royalty-free, copyright-free music, and you could play those sounds. Of course, you could upload them into your Canva account, and you can actually add music to that MP4 file. Now, if you're going to be doing that, I would actually suggest that you go ahead and take that thumbnail item. My gosh. Take that thumbnail item. Why does this always happen to me when I'm doing the Ask Streamyard show? I never have this issue, but I feel like I have it every week on the show with you guys. Okay, so I would actually say take that thumbnail and move it to a video format, because the video editor in Canva, which by the way is fairly new, allows you to do some different things with your video. You can splice the video, you can add different text, you can create really cool videos in Canva, which is taking things to the next level. But all of you that are just kind of getting started with this, the easiest thing to do is to take your thumbnail that you hopefully you use something like Canva to design it with, and just animate it. Just animate it, make it a little longer, and you have a transition, just like what I showed you here. So I love this because it's super quick. It's super easy. You're already making the thumbnail, right? So just go in and animate it. Now, if you don't want to get super crazy and custom with it, or if you're like, Mel, my thumbnails don't have that much in them. It's just a text, or it's just a picture of me. Well, then now is the time to maybe start thinking about using Canva to create some different graphics. And so here's what I want to show you. So let me pull up Canva again. And this time I'm actually we're going to start out in the video templates. Okay. So here is a actual video. So if we go to Canva, I gotta share my screen, sorry. Then, boom. Go here to videos, like right here to the videos tab up top. You're gonna get all these different video kind of formats. Just go to video right here, and you're gonna actually see all kinds of options. You're going to see things that they kind of pick for you based on some of the stuff you're already doing in Canva, but then you're going to have all these other like style videos that you can use. These are a great place to start when it comes to designing your own little video for a transition, right? So right here, if we go back though, and you go back up to video, the other one I want you to check out is YouTube. You've got YouTube ads, you've got slideshow videos, you've got a lot of options here. So I definitely would check these all out. So I like the whole YouTube ads because it's actually going to give you some pretty good, in my opinion, really good starters for creating these like kind of fun transition videos. So I really like the ad. So all you have to do here is let's just pick this one. It's super fun and easy, right? So let's do this one with a picture. And you're going to notice it's actually a video, so it's playing for you. It's got this background that's all fancy and busy and fun. But this is literally what you could do. So you go in here and you could just say, hey, I'm going to change this out. So this is actually a really good idea. If you have something you're promoting that's upcoming, so maybe you're doing a weekly show, but you have a special guest coming on soon, then what you could do is you literally could use something like this and play it and be like, everybody, next week, make sure you tune in on Tuesday. We'll be having a really special guest on the show, yada, yada, yada. So you could put the person's picture here. What we've got here, this is just a photo already that's here. But you can absolutely change that. So literally looking at this, take this down. It's just a frame. You can go to your pictures. Let's just put a fun picture there. Whoa. Like me trying to make, I actually think it's funny. Have you guys noticed that all these YouTubers, when they make these reaction videos, this is literally what their thumbnail looks like all the time. It's just them making this shock face. So I literally was going to do this and kind of tease everybody. So, okay. So we've got, let's see here. Save the date. Whoops. Save the date. Right? We're going to have a special thing. We're going to say, whatever starts, I'm going to actually put the date. We'll just put December 20th. Yeah, we'll just keep the time there, whatever. You can change the colors. If you're like, hey, these colors aren't mine, you can just change the colors to whatever you want them to be. If you want to do a lot of purple there. And then, of course, there we go. Mentor Mel, right? So, because I am your live streaming mentor. But literally all I did is I just went in and I grabbed a template and I made it my own. I could even change this video background if I want to. I'm not going to worry about that today. But it's already made. And then the video editor. So this is what's different about a video in Canva that you're editing versus the video or the thumbnail that we edited, right? Because the thumbnail was started out as a graphic and we were just simply animating the graphic. So this is actually starting out as a video file, so it gives you some different editing features down here. I really wish, and I think that they will eventually do this, that Canva would let you just say, ooh, I want to turn on the video. I want to convert this file, this design to a video, and then all of a sudden it gives you these features down here. But what you're going to notice is if you click on these three dots, you're going to actually have some new options here. So if you were to do this and then make a copy, so if we duplicate it, because if you want, this is actually kind of a bonus tip here you're getting, but I like to use these videos, right? And we can trim it here. We'll make it really short. But then if I were to design this element, I'd take all these out. And I actually would make this basically creates an in transition, right? And so if I do this, we play it. It's going to start out. It's going to show it to us. You can see the bar here at the bottom. It's giving us that preview. And then it's going to go to that page, right? And if I wanted to, I could do something else or I could fade it out, whatever. I actually also like the idea of doing a fade out to black. And how you do that is you just make the next screen black. And then in here in your transition, you can literally pick dissolve. And then that is going to create a black screen for you that creates a little bit of a transition for you. But we only need that to be about 1 second. So these are just a couple bonus tips you guys are getting. But okay, so we have this, now we have this video. The video itself is 8.1 seconds long total, which I think is a great time for certain types. Think about how much time you want to have that thing up when you're talking about it. Because this is a promo video promoting something, I'm probably going to leave it up for 10 seconds. So I'm going to make it a little longer, right? So now what we're going to do is I'm actually going to download this file and I'm going to show you what it looks like. That is a video file that we are uploading to the video clips inside of our StreamYard studio. So while that's downloading, I saw a question about GIFs. I want to make sure. Are these transitions or animated GIFs? So that creative girl, these are videos. These are video files. These are not animated GIFs. So again, the word transition, I want everybody to understand, we are creating transition elements and then we are using them inside of StreamYard. So these are transition videos, stinger videos. They are actually called lots of different things. So right now, what I just showed you in Canva, because Omega Studio News, I've been using Canva to do that. Literally, what we're doing is we're making a video file, and there's a distinct difference between using a video file and an animated GIF, and I'm gonna point that out here in just a moment. So I'm gonna get that up here. I'm gonna upload it in. Save the date. It's saving now. Okay. So Purgatory Paranormal of New York has a great question. Hello, Cynthia. So here's the deal. When your video file doesn't have sound, I did not add any audio to that video. Okay, no audio was added to that video. So it's basically a video with no sound. Okay, in StreamYard, when you have a video with no sound and you play it, it is not going to mute your microphone. It only mutes your microphone while that video is playing if there is sound with the video. Okay, if there's sound with the video, it will mute your microphone. You can manually unmute the microphone while that video is playing. But if you have a video clip that doesn't have any sound, it will not mute your mic. So you can talk behind it. This is actually something I literally came up with this idea like at 3 o'clock in the morning one night. I was laying there, I was just like, oh, I could totally do like video clips for like, instead of just pulling a graphic up that's static and boring, I could play a video clip with no sound and I could be talking. Holy crap. So I literally kind of came up with this. And so we've been playing around with this a lot. So let's see, I'm going to play it for y'all now. So here's the video we just made right here. And as you can see, your comments will still show. So take that down and it's going to go to black because we made that little black end screen, right? And then it's going to go away and then I'll be back on screen. Just like that. So here I am. So that was a video transition. So again, as I mentioned, if you're using Canva to design your thumbnails and you have a lot of elements in them, then go animate those elements. And that's all I did here. This is just a thumbnail that I just then went in and I animated it. If you have a static image, okay, so you can literally still do this if you have an image that somebody else designed for you, like, well, happened to me last week is I didn't have the graphic files that StreamYard's designer made. All I had were these static images that but what I did was I uploaded them into Canva, and as you saw, I just made the image animate. And so I used Breathe. So that is just a breathing image in Canva, and I downloaded it as an MP4 file. So that's all these are. These are just breathing images. So even if you just have a static image, you can totally make it a little video transition for you to pull up while you're changing segments. So some ideas about how you can use this. Again, I showed you a promo version. So you've got this one. It's like save the date. This is coming up on the 20th. Make sure you want to be tuned in live, yada, yada, yada. So there's that. You could also use this to do segments in your show. So maybe you have a show where you literally have kind of like a show flow that is the same each week or for each show. So maybe you have a guest and each guest comes on, you introduce them, and then they give a background about what they do. Maybe you have 3 questions you ask them about their stuff. And then maybe you have like a rapid fire kind of like, okay, rapid fire time. You have 30 seconds. I'm going to ask you, you have 30 seconds for each question. I've got 5 questions for you. So you ready to go? Let's do this. You could like create a transition file that's like rapid fire time, right? And then it goes in and comes away, and it's like, let's do this. So you could actually create these little things to do transitions in your show. Now, these are short transition clips. These are short videos. They're 8 seconds, 10 seconds long. You could do little intra commercials inside your show as well. So you could create a video that maybe does have sound, and it can literally be like a commercial inside. So in fact, last week when Christian and I did our 3-hour stream, we used all these little transition videos, but we also played a couple of actual videos with audio and music. And they were just again, to add an extra production element to the show. We were talking about when we introduced StreamYard Teams, we actually had a video that our video creator made. And so we played that video, and it had sound and music and everything else. So not all of the transitions need to be short. I'm just showing you examples of short ones because I'm just using them as things to play while I'm talking, right? So I'm going to show you a couple more applications about how you can use these animations when you're, doing these live shows. So let me actually I need to pull one up really quick, and I need to. So you can also just straight up go in and create your own custom little animated overlay if you want to. Now, some of you have been asking about videos versus GIFs. So what I just showed you were video files. They are actually going to be high quality, and they can be long. They can have some high quality elements in them, because there's no, the problem with using a GIF, okay, an animated GIF as an overlay to do the same thing, is that it has to be less than 3 megabytes. Y'all, I don't know if you've tried to make GIFs that are longer or have nice elements in them. It is hard to make a quality GIF file under 3 megabytes at the size that we need it to be for the streams. They're nice to have for certain things, but for this that I'm talking about, it does pose a couple of problems, and that is simply the file size. So it is a little bit difficult to sometimes create that GIF file and to play it, and it's, just to keep it under 3 megabytes. We're going to make one here in just a moment. I'm going to show you some options, but what's the difference between using an animated GIF overlay versus a video file is that the video file has a start and a stop. And so when you play that video, when it gets to the end of the video file, it's gone. Right? It's out. Peace out. It's gone. It's out of there. A GIF file is going to loop. So it will play, and if it's a 5-second GIF, it will loop, and it will be on a continuous loop until you click on that overlay again to take it down. And so there is a huge difference there between using a GIF and using a video. Okay? So that's really important. So I want to make sure everybody understands that. So let me download this really quick. I got to add this. I forgot to add this to my stream before. So let me check on you guys. I see some questions getting popped in here. Video was interrupted. Can I upload a video instead of a thumbnail? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Paul. If you mean the video that I just played, that it was interrupted, it's probably, I did deselect it to just keep it short. Video was interrupted. Can I upload a video instead of a thumbnail? You totally could. So here's if you're talking about Canva, if you want to upload a video into Canva, then definitely one of those things to, I mean, I don't know. If you're going to upload a video into Canva, then you're not going to be able to edit it. Like those elements won't be able to be edited, right? Now you can trim the video, but you can't edit that video in Canva if you've already made it somewhere else. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So not 100% sure exactly what, maybe add a little more clarity for me, Paul, when creating a broadcast. Okay, I'm sorry. I see your follow-up comment now. You cannot. So as of right now, in StreamYard, you can only use a static image for your thumbnail, for your scheduled stream. So that's the difference there. Let's see. So again, here's another version. This is one that I've been using in our Ask StreamYard show lately. It's this one. So today's topic, we're talking about using video transitions and animations in StreamYard. So this is just, again, I made this in Canva, but this was one that literally was not a thumbnail that was repurposed. It was just a graphic that I just added text, I added elements, and I just animated them. So you can do a lot of cool things there when it comes to that. Okay, so I saw a couple more questions. Can you make it to where we can move the banner to the top of the video? So what you're all seeing is I'm playing videos, but StreamYard has elements like comments that get displayed, banners, and tickers. Those elements cannot be moved. As of right now, we cannot customize where those go. Now, you can certainly try using a different theme. You can change the theme. You know, this is minimal, this is classic, bubble, block, right? But those are always going to be displayed at the bottom. Same with banners. Banners are always going to be displayed at the bottom down here. You cannot move those at this time. Same thing with the tickers. Now they will move a little bit based on what you have displayed. But right now we can't move these items around in our stream inside the StreamYard studio. So what you're seeing, the edited videos, you can put stuff wherever you want in those. But the elements of StreamYard, the banners, the tickers, and the comments, those cannot be rearranged or moved around at this time. So it's a good question. Wanted to address that. Let me just scroll up and see if I know you guys have a ton of questions. So I want to try to answer them. And I'm going to show you some other, videos or other ways to create some of this stuff. So there's a really cool application called Wave Video that actually I've just been kind of dabbling in. It's been around for a long time. You know, Wave Video has been around for a really long time. I actually think it kind of got started as for waveforms, for audiograms. So like podcasters, which I think is why it's called Wave. But I don't know. I know it was made, people use it for ads and things like that. But now I like logged into this thing like 2 weeks ago and I was like, whoa, Wave Video has come a long way. Like it is awesome. So I've only dabbled in it. So there's a ton you can do, but there's a lot you can do. Let me see. I'm looking. Changing the title to transition videos instead of video transitions. Good point. That's a good feedback. That's very good feedback. Christian, we might want to look at that when we can edit our title and our description on YouTube for sure. So, can you do video on green screen? So here's the way this works in StreamYard. So if I were using a green screen, and StreamYard has green screen functionality. So if you have a green screen behind you, you can absolutely go in and turn on that green screen and use whatever background you want. When I play a video, it's going to play it over my webcam feed. So it's going to play over everything else. So think of their layers, right? So I should probably do it like this. We have layers. So you have your overlay, you have your video layer that is on top. If you have an overlay displayed, then it's going to be here. And then you're going to have your webcam, if it's added to the stream, underneath the overlay. And then underneath, below that, you're going to have the background. So if I don't have my webcam added and I don't have an overlay added and that video plays here, and when it ends, it's going to display my background. So if nothing here in between is added to the stream. So it's not, you can totally play an overlay or a video on a green screen. It's playing on top of everything. So it's not necessarily incorporated with your green screen. But so there you go. Okay, so I'm going to scroll back down. And you guys can use, like Final Cut Pro. You guys can use whatever, you can use whatever video application you want to create videos. You can even make videos with PowerPoint or Keynote. I mean, you don't even have to have a video application. So you could do a screen recording. I mean, you can make videos however you want. As long as it's the right file format, you can upload it into Streamyard. And as long as you're on a paid plan, basic or professional, then you can add it. So there's the way you would do that. So May 4 says, is it true that we could make a thumbnail with audio? Your thumbnail is a static image, right? So the thumbnail, when we schedule a broadcast and we create an image and we add that image, that's a basic image. There's no audio, it's just an image. But in Canva, if you wanted to repurpose that thumbnail like I showed you, you can add audio to that. You can absolutely add anything that's animated, anything that's going to be a timed graphic. So it's either it's an MP4 is what you'd have to make it into. Then you can add audio. You could totally add audio in Canva, and it will have audio. It will have sound at that point. So yes, you can definitely do that inside Canva. You can do that in most video programs, actually. Let me see. Let me see here. Okay. If you have questions, put a Q in front of your question for me. That is going to help me find it really fast in the midst of all of your awesome comments and feedback. Okay, so we're going to keep moving because I want to talk about some of the programs. I want to show you some of these other programs because, again, we're talking about using videos as transition elements inside your stream. So you can play it midstream, you can play in the beginning of the stream. I love using these for, again, like this one right here that I've started doing and using in the show is today we're talking about video transitions and animations in StreamYard, right? Now, again, I should probably change it to transition videos. In fact, I could do that right now. I could edit that file if I wanted to, and I could upload it in right now. So transition videos is what we're talking about. So creating videos and using videos as transition elements while you're streaming. It could be in the middle of a stream. You can use it as save the dates. You can use it as announcements, things like that. You can also just use it, take your thumbnail and actually say, today, this is what we're talking about, right? And so that's what we were talking about earlier. So if you're just not joining us, that's what today is about. So if you have a question, feel free to post that, but just put a Q in front of that question so I can find it. Like I said, in the midst of all of your great comments here. Let me see here. Great show today. Well, thank you, Alex. I appreciate that. Okay, Alex says he loves Wave. So let's look at Wave. Should we look at Wave here? I definitely think that Wave is a super awesome. I really do think that Wave is a great application. You're all going to have to bear with me though, because I seriously just started dabbling in it. I kid you not. I just rediscovered Wave not that long ago. And so I'm going to pull it up. Oh, I did get one down. Okay, I got one down to 2 megabytes. Okay, here's what I like about Wave. I like that Wave gives us some different editing features, some pretty good ones actually, but I also love Wave's GIF capabilities. So making and designing GIFs in Wave just might be my next rabbit hole that I'm going to go down because you can actually export transparent GIF files using Wave. So it's one of the only applications that, in my opinion, is of quality, that is easy. When I say easy, I mean it's kind of plug and play. Now, of course, you can use Adobe programs that are hard to learn for people like me that are like not professional video people. I like Wave because it's very easy to learn how to use, and it has templates. So very much like Canva, you can start with templates, edit them, and change them. But you have the ability to export a transparent GIF file in Wave. You do not have that ability over in Canva. But what we're talking about today are actually not those transparent versions. We're talking about the full versions. But I wanted to get to something, and I'm going to get to it here in a moment about our about Wave and what it's possible to do. So let me just pull it up. I'm going to pull up the homepage. So here's Wave. When you first go to Wave, you're going to see here, you create an account. I am on the free plan right now, so I am not using anything fancy. Certainly am just using a basic deal here. Let me address this one. You guys have some good questions here. What is the time limit for videos in the studio? I forget, so I'm going to look because it changed. It used to be like, first it was like 3 minutes, then it was 5 minutes. It is 10 minutes now. So your video length can be up to 10 minutes. Now, the file size cannot exceed 200 megabytes. So that is something that's really important. So if you are going to have that really long video, you're going to have to make sure that it's the right pixels and things to keep it under 200 megabytes. So that might be a little challenge you run into with that. So this is a great question. So we're actually kind of getting there. So Sandeep says, can the transition video have an alpha channel as in transparency? So yeah. So right now, StreamYard does not support that file format for our videos. So we can't play those transparent videos. We can't use StreamYard, upload them into StreamYard. They will not function. They will not work. So you would have to use like a third-party application like OBS. That's what I do. So if you want something like that transparent timer, you have to use a third-party application to do that. So hi, here I am over here. And so that is definitely a great question. But as of right now, StreamYard doesn't support that type of file format for the videos. How do you do your moving animations in StreamYard? So Love Revival TV, go back and watch the replay because I did a full tutorial on how I created those video files with the animations in Canva. So I'm not animating in StreamYard. I'm just playing a video file that has animations in it. And that's what it is. So it's actually a video created outside of StreamYard and then uploaded into the video section, and I play it midstream. So that's actually how we're doing that. I'm not doing any animations inside StreamYard. So, okay, so, all right, let me see here. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying today's show. This is good. So, all right, I'm just making sure you guys don't have other questions that are related to today's topic. Yeah, Wave is very easy to use too. Yeah, Angel, you don't need to put a Q in front of the comment, just in front of the questions if you have questions. So, yes, could you show us an example of a transparent GIF? Well, sure, I can do that. I got to upload one. Yeah, I need to upload one really quick. I'll upload one for you and I will show you what that looks like because this is important. It is actually important that you know what that difference is because they are different. And so let me pull that up and show you an example of one of those. Let me see here. I got to find one. I forget where I saved these things. I've got a few. So I think I know where they are. These are fun, by the way. I like to use these for just adding a lot of extra pizzazz, if you will. Now, you do have to be on the basic plan or you have to be on the professional plan in order to upload any overlays or any graphics, so video files or overlays at all. So that's definitely one thing you have to also keep in mind. All right, I'm getting to my animations. All right, here we go. All right, so this is my dancing parrot. Now, this is just, there's a whole nother video about how to do these, right? I actually made a whole YouTube video. We have a blog post on how you can create your own custom transparent GIFs for your streams. So I'm not gonna get into that tutorial today, but once this is done uploading, so you would upload the transparent GIF file into the overlay section and it will play on loop until you deselect it, okay? So here is an example. There you go. That is the dancing parrot. So this is a GIF file that only has an animation right here. The rest of the file is transparent. And so I'm able to still be shown, and the dancing parrot overlay is actually just down in the corner. So that is an animated GIF that is transparent, has transparency to it. So there you go. There's an example. So now y'all have seen that. So yeah, so unscreen pricing is odd, isn't it? Yeah, somebody must be talking about unscreen. Again, you don't need to put a question mark in front of comments. But yeah, so unscreen is actually a pretty great application to use when you want to be doing some of this stuff, removing a background from something. So again, that's a whole different tutorial that we're going to be doing. Real quick, Jasmine wants to know, are you using StreamYard with OBS? Yes, I'm using OBS Virtual Camera, and that's how I'm able to do quick switches between the different cameras that I have with my Stream Deck. So that's what I'm using today, but that's the only thing I'm using it for. I'm not using it to do any of the animations. Okay, so we're going to move forward. I'm going to show you Wave. That's the next thing I want to show everybody. So this is Wave. When you go to templates, you're going to notice like there's all kinds of templates. Again, so similar to Canva, but more geared towards videos. Canva started out as graphics. They have videos, and then you can now make videos and edit videos, but you are going to find that Canva is definitely predominantly great for graphics, right? It's come a long way. It's awesome. It's so great. But Wave is actually pretty awesome when it comes to using it for video editing and creating videos. Now, because it's geared more towards videos, those of you that are used to Canva, you may find Wave to be a little bit confusing and a little bit harder to use. That is simply because designing and editing and making videos, it's a different kind of can of features and functions and elements, right? So it is going to be different. So it's definitely one of those things that you have to keep in mind as maybe you're used to Canva. If you come over to Wave, you may be like, holy crap, this is like nothing like I'm used to. It's not, but you can learn it just like you learned Canva. So if we go in here to, some different things here, you're going to find all these cool templates. If we just select templates up here, look at this. Live streaming templates. So if I click on live streaming templates and I just go to all, you're going to actually find that they have some that they've just put into themes. So these are literally just themes. So all these different video files, but they are the same nature theme. And you're going to find there's a few themes they've kind of preset for us. Now you might be looking at these things. I have not tested these with our different layouts. These, see how it's got that transparency right there? That is a transparency inside of that. So these again are GIF files that you would want to use inside the stream, inside your StreamYard studio. But here's what I wanted to kind of design and talk about. So if you wanted to make like what we did before and you wanted it to be a GIF file, it's going to have to be less than 3 megabytes. But you can also use this application to design these videos like we just talked about, right? So again, you notice here, this is like an intro. It's pretty cool. Here's a countdown, all these that love countdowns. But there are some other cool ideas that they have for these types of videos. Tech issues. Yesterday, I had some tech issues. I needed to refresh my browser. So I pulled an overlay up that was like, be right back. And I refresh, right? That's one of the things you can do. So you can actually create little videos and transition things for those types of things as well. So a lot of ideas here. So let's just go ahead and do a be right back. So if we click on here, we're going to say edit template, and it's going to pull this up. And literally you're going to notice it does not look like Canva. So all of you that are used to Canva, the only thing you're going to see that's similar is this down here. It looks like Canva maybe kind of copycatted that feature from Wave Video, but everything else is pretty different. You've got all your menu options over here. And then of course you have some colors and some different things here. There's a lot here. I'm not going to do a full blown, I'm not going to do a full-blown tutorial here because we just don't have that much time, do we? I do want to show this to you because I want you all to know, like this application, those of you that are like, I want to make these videos, but I need an application. Wave Video is one that I definitely think that you should consider for sure. So again, you can select the elements, move them around, edit them, change the colors. Of course, you can change the colors of your stuff here. Project colors, it's actually going to allow you to apply some themes, I think, whatever. So we're not going to get too far into that. But what I like about it is that, okay, how long is this? It's 6 seconds. It's 6 seconds. Let's make it 5. Okay, we're making it 5 seconds. I'm going to play it. Oh, it has sound. Okay, we're not going to play sound because, oh God. Go back, edit. We're not going to play sound because I don't know what the copyrights are for Wave's sound, right? How do I get the sound out of there? Oh my Lord. Sound. Oh, we don't want that. How do you see, if I were in Canva, I'd know exactly where to go to get that sound out of there. That's interesting. Audio, it just takes me to an audio library. It's got to be somewhere in here. Add voice. I don't want to add sound. Oh boy. All right, here's the deal. All right, we're going to make this work. Okay, so let me check this out. I want to see if I can, let's go back to audio. Nope, don't want that. How do you edit the sound? Okay, well, okay, we're not doing that. All right, I got one for y'all. So here's the deal. I made this one earlier. This one right here. And you can actually go in and edit the template, but I'm going to go to my videos. Whoops. My videos. This is the one I made. So you can actually go in and edit and export these things as GIFs. So let me pull this up. I'm going to do this one again. So again, I want to show you how this works. So I'm actually going to take this text and we're going to take this out of here. Delete. I'm deleting that and I'm deleting that. I don't even know how that got in there. I don't remember any of that being in there. Okay, so then we're going to shrink this up. All right, so I'm going to make this shorter. What is that thing? Okay, so here we are. So we're at 6 seconds. Now, when you go to publish, I just want to show this to you. When you go to publish, you're going to have these options. Go to GIF, and you can actually make the duration of your GIF whatever you want. And then here's the other key that's really important. This is why I like Wave, and I want you all to think about using it because of this right here, FPS, frames per second. If I keep this high, it is going to make my file size large because this is a video background, right? This is a video that we have in here. Now, if I wanted to make this capable of being less than 3 megabytes, I'm going to have to make this a lot less quality from a frames per second standpoint. Again, this is why I wanted to point this out because you can use GIFs, but I'm not necessarily saying you should. So go back here. We're going to make it 1. And we're also going to keep this at 720. We've got this. We're going to make it, I thought I made it 5 seconds. We're going to try this one. We're going to say publish. Oh, we're going to generate. So this is going to do this for a minute. And while that's doing that, check on you guys with the comments. I arrived just now. Is it already present in StreamYard? So what I'm talking about today, what I'm showing everyone how to do is actually how to use videos as transitions in your StreamYard studio, in your StreamYard stream. So that's what we're talking about today. So this functionality has been here for a long time. I'm just talking about using those videos for it. Okay, so it's ready. So you notice how it's generated this preview. But here's the thing I love about it is if you notice right here, file size, 2 megabytes. So I don't even have to download it if it didn't work. So we're going to download this and then we're going to take a look and see how it looks. So let me get this in here. Again, this is a GIF file. Okay, we're getting there. I'm now going to upload that GIF that I just designed into my overlays. You could also, as long as it's less than 3 megabytes, I know that someone posted this question before we went live. They wanted to know about doing animated backgrounds. You can use a GIF file as a background. Again, it has to be 3 megabytes or less. And I'm going to tell you a couple things about that I don't love about that because a lot of people ask about it, but I'm going to give you a couple things to think about. All right, so I've uploaded it now. So it's uploading now. So the GIF is going to stay on loop until you turn it off. That's what's really important. That's the distinct difference. If you don't need it to do that, don't make a GIF. Because I'm going to tell you, we're going to look at this right now. And here's what it looks like. It is a really poor quality, right? Because we had to take that video file and we had to really reduce it down in order for it to actually be less than 3 megabytes. That is the challenge with GIFs is they have to be less than 3 megabytes. And so they're typically really, poor quality. But you could also if you just need to take a break or if you need something to come up, make a video file instead, and you can pull that up and then you can take it back down. You can play the video, and when it ends, you're going to be there. The only reason why you might want to consider a GIF as an overlay would be if you don't know how much time you need. Like for example, that Be Right Back screen, if you wanted it to be animated, you can make a Be Right Back GIF, and then you go to that Be Right Back GIF overlay, and then you can leave the stream or you need to go do what you need to go do, blow your nose or whatever, and you don't know if you need 5 seconds or 30 seconds or a minute, that GIF is going to stay up no matter what. That is a benefit to a GIF, is that it stays up until you take it down. A video file, again, if it's 30 seconds and you needed 35 seconds and you're still wiping your nose, you are going to come back on screen if you're still added to the studio. So that's really the only major reason I would recommend using a GIF. as these transitions and as these overlays versus the video files. You saw how easy it was to create these little video files. They can be nice and short, they don't have to be anything fancy, and you can then upload them into the video section. Now, you can also make that a background. So you can take an animated GIF and make it a background. But again, always keep in mind that those animated backgrounds, they actually add some busyness to your stream. And so if you're doing, the background is only visible when you have guests on screen or when you're sharing your screen, like I did earlier. Do you really want all that busyness, right? So if you are going to use an animated background, you definitely want to use something that's kind of slow moving, not too busy, not too fast, because it can be really distracting to your audience. So definitely something to keep in mind. Okay, so Matthew says, it's way easier than OBS. Yes, Matthew, I agree. So even though I use OBS to be able to kind of do some different things with my cameras, I do not use OBS for these video transitions and overlays. I just find it to be a little more cumbersome. It's so easy to do right inside of StreamYard, which is why I wanted to show everybody how to do that today. So wanted to... Video for bosses. I won't be adding GIFs. Thank you so much for this. Yes. So create those little video versions and do that. There is a distinct difference, of course, between them, and they each have a use case, right? But it's definitely one of those things that I want to make sure that you all know the differences of, right? Maybe you take the sound out on export. Maybe that's actually possible. I have no idea though. That's the thing. And I'm serious. I literally, like when it comes to wave video, I am just started dabbling with it. But it's really promising for what it gives you. The video templates that they give you are great. They're awesome. They're super slick. There's a ton of them in there. There's so much to look around and check out. Now there is another application that I wanted to point out, and somebody mentioned it earlier, and it is called Placeit. So Placeit is another application that personally I think is one that we should all be checking out. I checked it out a few months ago, and when I did, it did have a few bugs in a few areas. But what I like about Placeit is, again, the same thing. The videos that you get are really, really nice. So let me pull something up, and I want to show something to you. I'm going to show Placeit to you. So this is Placeit. And right now I'm using our new picture-in-picture layout for those of you that have maybe not seen it yet. So I'm still on screen, but my screen share is full screen. And I am using StreamYard. I am using the StreamYard picture-in-picture layout right now that everybody has in their accounts. So Catherine says, I've been long waiting how to do this. Finally, thanks for this, Melanie. You're welcome. I'm glad that you're finding it helpful and that you are, hopefully you will take this and do some awesome things with your streams. So again, if we go to Placeit, this is just another one of those applications. Right now, I'm in a free account. There's nothing to it. Their pricing is interesting. You actually can pay per design, but you can also pay like per month to have some stuff in there. So definitely some things, but you can also do a lot of things with just the free version. So here's what I really like. I like to go in here they have mock-ups and things, but if you go to designs, videos, I'm sorry. If we go to videos, you're going to notice intros and slideshows. And if we go to intros and outros, look at these templates. Look at that. How cool is that? Right? Like these are neat. Now you notice this one says free. These do not. So if I wanted to use this and download it, I would probably have to pay a fee to use it. So keep that in mind. But again, if you're going to be creating a ton of other applications or other videos, then you absolutely might want to consider investing in this, right? So there's all kinds of options in here for things. I mean, look at these things. These are fun. These are really fun. The animated text and the animations you're seeing, these are more what you're going to see somebody using like a Final Cut Pro or one of those Adobe programs is going to be able to create. You cannot create these types of animations in Canva or even in Wave Video, honestly. You could probably get close in Wave Video after you got really good at it. But if we just jump right to this design, which is this one right here, you're going to notice another thing here. There's a lot of complexity to customizing this video, right? And it's got some sound in it as well. But I really just wanted to show this as an option for everybody that you all should check this out. So Placeit is another application that you might want to try. You're going to notice that there's a lot of similarities where the bottom is our timeline, our video timeline. You can add more videos, you can add more things. But again, it's kind of already got everything set up for you. So you just have to get acclimated with each application as it is. And that's the thing. So if you notice here, the text, it says text, your intro. So instead of it saying your intro, I'm going to say, welcome to the show. Oops. right? So we can say, welcome to the show. I don't know what that text was for. So you have different layers of stuff. I have no idea how to really edit this stuff, but you got to try it out. So Vicky says, I like Place It. I've heard a lot of people say really great things about it. Again, these applications are easy. They're not, I don't want to say they're easy. They're simple to learn because they have great tutorials that come with them as well, but they do take some time. So you are going to need to take some time to, play around. But you notice here, all I did was to change that to say, welcome to the show. And then there's welcome to the show. I have no idea what this says. We'll just make that say Mel. I don't know. Loading preview. It's going to show us the difference once it's done. Oh, Mel there. Oh, okay. I got it. So it was right there. And you can change the background, it looks like here as well. So you can change some elements. You can change the color. So if we wanted to go with a purple background instead of the yellow, if we wanted to do that in this section too. So you can absolutely, edit these videos for sure. I've not dabbled enough in it to really know what all we can do. So this is what we've got here. Let's just play it. Oh, it's being prepped. So all I did was edited the videos or the colors, and I edited the text. But again, you can notice that the level of video kind of, production quality is a lot different. Charles Matthews says, I use Place It for my intro. It's a great tool. Yeah, I know a lot of people do use this tool. I think my friend James Hicks uses it as well for his intros and his little videos that he makes. But again, it's just one that you have to learn to use. You got to spend time and learn it. So Talking Joe says, I love Place It. It's so easy and so powerful to make little videos. Yeah. So definitely one of those cool things. Human City Junction says, is there any concern of copyright with these offerings, Place It, Canva, etc.? I am having issues with, geez. There you go. So there was our video, right? And it did have some of our stuff. Oh, James, he's here. He said most of my intros are done in Place It. Pretty dope platform. They're part of the Envato family, so they're quality. That's true. So Envato market, that is a great place to buy videos, to buy audio. You can buy website themes. Many of you may be familiar with Envato for sure. So that's true. It is part of the wait until my name is called, then I respond. Okay, well, I'm glad you're here. So let me get back to Human City Junction. So Human City Junction says, I'm having issues with Content ID for music I have a license for, and it is frustrating. So Human City Junction, yes, this is actually something that can be a bit of a challenge, especially when you are doing your own music. I personally have never had a problem with this, and I use Epidemic Sound. So when I play music and sound effects, I'm using my Epidemic Sound subscription. I find it very easy because you just connect your socials and it kind of just knows your stuff is connected and you're using it. Canva, some people have talked about how they will use Canva free. They will create a countdown video or an intro video, and they'll use the free music that it came with, and they download it, and they get copyright strikes on YouTube. I actually talked with Canva about this, and they said that the majority of the reason for that is that before you download the video, you have to connect your YouTube account to your Canva account. And then if you do that first, when you download that file, it basically puts your ID in the metadata. And so then when it gets uploaded or used on YouTube, that metadata is basically saying, nope, this person, Canva, this is all good to go, is really kind of what it's saying. But you have to connect your YouTube account before you download that file. So that is definitely one of those things that you might want to be making sure if you're using that. Now, if you're playing music and it's just different, I can't help you with this topic. I wish I could, Human City. I do know a lot of people have, Chris, this is what I was actually going to say, is a lot of people think they have a certain kind of license because sometimes the language around this stuff is really misleading, and they don't know that they aren't using the right kind of license. And so there's a lot of reasons. There's still a ton of things that can come into play. Ryder says, Epidemic Sound still copyrights you sometimes when you use their music. I don't trust them. Ryder, I personally have never had a problem, and everyone most people I talk to say they never have any problems. But at Ryder, it could be how you're using the files. It could be how you're using the music. Are you using the music and then repurposing it? Also, make sure, again, you have the right license. There are different licenses with Epidemic Sound. And I know most of the time that I know people that run into it, it's because they did not have the right license or they weren't using it properly. So there's just a lot of things there. We've actually talked, Christian and I have talked about how we probably need to try to get an expert to come on our show and talk about this because it is a common thing that everybody wants to know. Amy says, that's good to know about the YouTube linking with Canva. Yeah. So, and this is actually really critical, and it's tricky if you make a template for somebody and you attach music to it, and then when they add that template to their account, they need to make a copy of that design to their account, and then they need to follow that same process. If they use your template, it may not work. So that it's really, really tricky for sure. Steven says, it's way too complicated. Music streaming needs innovation. I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all. I will tell you all that sometimes there are issues. Oh, yeah. Okay. So content, Human City Junction says the content ID issue is from a content ID troll. There is no way to defend against them using Stream Beats from Harris Heller. Yeah. I was actually Human City. I was just about to say Stream Beats. I was going to recommend Stream Beats. This is actually, the troll thing is becoming a problem. What happens is these people they're not real. They're basically putting a copyright strike against you. I've heard it's worse on Facebook than it is on YouTube. It's harder to get it resolved. And they put this thing in, they say, nope, that's my music. And this is a big problem with custom music. And so, yeah, so Stream Beats, I love Stream Beats personally. Hopefully you're not running into that when you're using Stream Beats, but I love to use Stream Beats. It's very safe. It's free. Harris Heller is awesome. He basically produced all this music and had his team produce all this music so that we all can have all these options to use music in our stuff. So because of the problems in the industry. Okay. Testing long duck dong. Yeah, probably because your questions are not related to today's topic. That's why I'm not answering your questions. So if you want to talk about video transitions, I will definitely answer your questions, but I'm not going to talk about all the applications you're asking about. We're talking about StreamYard, and we're talking about using video transitions in StreamYard. So, but if you want to ask a question related to that, I will be happy to answer your question. Okay, so yeah, so it's funny. We kind of started going down a rabbit hole, didn't we, about the music? So definitely one of those things. Okay, so I definitely think that just make sure you understand everybody's licenses when you are using music. Definitely one of those things that's really important. Oh, it is a Stream Beats issue. Well, dang it. That's unfortunate. Okay, so I saw a question. Jaco Van Dyke says, I may have missed it. Is there a transition now when switching between videos? So I think what you're talking about. So again, somebody, I'm so sorry. I forgot who gave me that suggestion. Somebody gave me a great suggestion that probably we should edit the title. So we're not talking about video transitions. We're actually talking about transition videos. So using videos to transition between segments in your live stream. And so we talked about uploading videos to our StreamYard accounts, as long as you're on a basic plan or a professional plan, and using those videos as transition elements. So you can use it as to talk about, hey, this is what we're talking about today. We are talking about using transition videos, right? Not video transitions and animations in StreamYard. So that's what today's topic was about. And I showed some examples. We designed this one over in Canva. We also designed, we took a thumbnail image. This is actually a video from a video template in Canva. And then we took a thumbnail image and we actually animated it in Canva. So this was just a thumbnail image that we animated and we turned it into a video to be able to use as an overlay essentially while you're talking. So that's what we talked about today. But there are not currently transitions in StreamYard from video to video. That's not the way that functionality works. A video, you select the video, it will play the video. And then that video, when it ends, there's a quick flash, I think, of black, and then you are back up on screen. So the video goes away. I did want to address something that was really interesting. Somebody made a comment that I have OBS open while I'm streaming. They probably saw this shot right here because I was saying I'm not using OBS to stream or to do any transitions. I'm not. The only thing I'm using OBS for, which is over here, is I'm using the virtual camera on OBS. So I have virtual camera selected, and that is how I'm controlling what my webcam is in StreamYard. So when I open up StreamYard, I select OBS virtual camera as my webcam. I selected that. And so then anything I'm doing in OBS is what you will see here, just in that webcam part. So when I go to share my screen like this, okay, notice this is my screen. So you see OBS, I can minimize it. I can move my applications around and all that. That's my monitor over there, right? But if you notice out to the side, basically like over here, right there, I'm trying to point to it. My little, over here, this little Pippin picture now, and then here, right? That is what you're seeing through the webcam. So here's your preview with OBS. Turn on the OBS virtual camera. Pick OBS virtual camera as your webcam in StreamYard or Zoom or Teams or wherever you're using a webcam, and you can also do the same thing. I'm using all the StreamYard layouts though, and all those transition videos I played, I'm just using in StreamYard. So all that stuff is right in StreamYard. I am not using OBS to play any of those videos or do any of those overlays at all. So I wanted to make sure everybody knew and confirm, because someone's like, well, you have it open. I do have it open. I am using it. I'm just not using it to do any of the transitions and stuff. So, okay. What's the name of your deck? I have a Stream Deck. So this is an Elgato Stream Deck. That's what this is right here. This is an Elgato Stream Deck. And now that everybody knows, hopefully everybody knows that hotkeys are out. So if you are one of those people that you want to use hotkeys, you can absolutely use those hotkeys, customize those hotkeys, and map them to your Stream Deck. And you can use the Stream Deck to actually make some control some things in StreamYard now. So we've got a tutorial video that's being worked on that will be out on our YouTube channel. So another great reason why you want to make sure you're subscribed to our account, our YouTube channel. So the Stream Deck I use is actually the XL. So that's the 32 button Stream Deck. I highly recommend, if you're going to buy a Stream Deck, just get the big one. It's more expensive, but you will love it. You will be happy about it. I highly recommend you get the big one for sure. Let me see here. The deck thingy. That's funny. Bernie, you can get the Elgato Stream Deck. You can actually, they sell it at Best Buy. You can get it on Amazon. There's a lot of retailers that sell. I think I even saw that Target sells it. Like, it depends on the Target, of course, but you can buy them on Best Buy, on their website. You can order it, and you can also get it on Amazon. There's a lot of places you can order those Stream Decks. Joystick royalty-free music. Okay, that's an interesting one. I have not heard of that one, actually. Yeah. Okay. So, Jaco Van Dyke, I love this suggestion. So we talked about why you might want to be using the transitions. One of the, another idea about a transition video is that, okay, this is kind of complicated. I'm going to try really hard to describe this. A lot of people want to create custom overlays to use when they have guests on screen. And a lot of people do use those. But the trick is that when you pull your guests up on screen, you pull them up, and then it's like, what do you do first? You click the overlay, which then is going to be this overlay with these two boxes, and then pull your guests up on screen? Or like, how do you do that? One of the ways you can actually do it is to play a transition video. So you can actually play a video, right? Like a little short clip that's like, and now welcoming, Jaco Van Dyke, right? And then literally you play that little video, it will play on top of the overlay. So when that video starts, add your guest to the stream and click on the overlay that goes above you and your guest. And then when that video is done, you and your guest are on screen with your custom overlay, right? And so that is definitely a really great option. And then the other one, of course, is if you're trying to, do something else, if maybe you're not using a switcher or anything and you have two cameras hooked into your computer, you can just simply go to your camera setting in StreamYard and change your webcam. Of course, you can totally do that. But you have to be, you have to find it, click it, do this, do that. It goes dark for a minute and then it comes back, for your guests. So you could totally do that while a 10-second video transition is playing as well. So that's a really great suggestion from Jaco Van Dyke over on Facebook about why you might want to use these transitions or these videos. Again, they give you a minute. If you need to wipe your nose, click on a video, that's playing and just wipe your nose for a second. And then when it's done, you will be back on screen after that video is complete. So definitely another great way that you can do that too. So a lot of really good options there. Okay, so as we are wrapping up, I want to make sure I don't have any burning questions about what we're talking about. Oh, how do you add video background? So Wambaz Olman Lirat, hopefully I said that correctly. You can do an animated background, but you can't do a video background. It has to be a GIF file. So as of right now, we cannot upload video files like MP4 files to our background section inside the StreamYard studio, but you can upload an animated GIF file. The problem that you're going to run into is it has to be 3 megabytes or less. That can be very challenging to design a file that is of quality under 3 megabytes. So you can, but as of right now, that's the way that we do that. I know that video backgrounds and animated backgrounds has absolutely been talked about. And so if that is a feature you want, then definitely you want to go to streamyard.com/contact, and you can definitely, put that in and they will look at that. Okay. Testing long duck dong. So talking about OBS is okay for you, but when I ask a question about software not related to StreamYard like OBS, even though the two work together, you shun me. Okay, cool. No, so testing long duck dong, you were asking me questions about programs. How do I feel about Relive for live streaming? That has nothing to do with video transitions. The reason I brought up OBS is because I want to make sure everybody understands that I'm not using OBS to control those transitions, which you could totally do. I could actually totally create transitions and do those video overlays in OBS. So I did talk about it and I did address it because I wanted to make sure everyone understood how I was using StreamYard's video files. So I didn't shun you. I just am not talking about the unrelated topics that you're bringing up today. So I'm sorry that bothers you, but today's show is about video transitions. So let's talk about video transitions. Transition videos actually is what we were talking about. So there y'all go. There we go. Okay. So I want to make sure I don't have one more burning question before we get going here, because it's like, holy crap, we're at 90 minutes, right? You guys have been awesome today. A lot of you showed up and it was super, super fun. A lot of good questions you all asked about today's topic. We talked about using videos as those transitions, and we definitely want to do that. So looking forward as well to doing reactionary videos. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Reactionary videos are a super fun thing for sure. Matt, Landlord Advocate, says, I need to find 5 minutes to synchronize the Stream Deck to StreamYard. Looking forward to it. It literally takes 30 seconds. I was shocked how easy it was. If you download the Stream Deck profile, go to the StreamYard help, just search Stream Deck. You'll see using Elgato Stream Deck with StreamYard. There is a link for you to download the StreamYard profile, download it to your computer, double click, and it works. It's on your Stream Deck. That's how fast and easy it is. And then just play around with it and have some fun. And you can customize those hotkeys, of course. Okay, let me see. Talking Joe, it would be great if we could connect an overlay to a particular StreamYard view, but great suggestion about using a video to transition. Yeah. Okay. So what Talking Joe's talking about is when I was talking about earlier about using that video as a kind of like, hey, play the video while I change my overlay and get my guest added to screen. What Talking Joe's referring to is it would be cool if you could customize an overlay to a particular view. That's actually a really cool idea. Again, StreamYard really loves to try to keep everything as simple as possible, but that is actually maybe something that could be done. So that's a great feature request, Talking Joe, that I've personally not heard that idea. I love that idea though. So you might want to submit that one over into the StreamYard. Go to streamyard.com/contact, and that's what you'll get. All right, everybody. Let's see. How do I have the blurry background? It's because of the lens I'm using. I'm actually using a pretty fancy lens. It is the Sigma 16mm 1.4. It's a contemporary lens for Sony E-mount cameras, and you do have to pay for that, unfortunately, to be able to do that. So let's see here. All right. I think that's all we've got for today. So literally, this is what we did. Here's a question. Jasmine Stewart, this will be the last question I take. Are you uploading your videos or sharing your screen? I'm uploading my videos. So sharing screen is totally different. So there's video share, right? You could use the video share feature, but honestly, I find it so easy to just upload the video file into the brand. Now, you have to be on a paid account for that. You have to be on a basic plan or a professional plan in order to do that. A workaround could be to use the video share feature. So down in the bottom in your StreamYard Studio, when you select share screen, you can share a video file. When you do that, it is going to be a little bit of a different experience for your audience, but you absolutely could do it that way. Personally, I find that to be a lot more cumbersome. Again, just one of those really great paid features is to add the videos into your brand section in the video section. So you just click the video, play it, and you're good to go. So I definitely would highly recommend using that version. So Jay Moore, we actually, so somebody brought up a really great suggestion earlier and said, using that video, when you play the video, it's a great opportunity to change your webcam if you wanted to change your video view. So it's definitely an option for sure. It's a great way to use those transition videos for sure. So y'all, thank you for being here today. wanted to say thanks. I believe that I covered a few things. I know it's kind of a juicy topic. There's a lot to cover. I showed you how to basically take a thumbnail and animate it in Canva, because so many of you use Canva to design your thumbnails. That's one of the easiest ways to create some sort of just a simple little transition video. So we talked about that. I also showed you how to just create some cool videos in Canva. And then we looked at Wave Video as another option for creating videos. And of course, Place It as another option to check out for those videos. I didn't really do a tutorial for Wave, and I didn't really do much of a tutorial for Place It because I've only recently dabbled in those. But I definitely wanted to make sure everybody knows there are applications out there that can help us make these cool videos. So start thinking about your shows. Do you have segments in your shows? Do you have guests that you're bringing up that you want to introduce? Maybe take it up a notch and create these animations, these transition videos, so that you can start to, as you talk about certain topics, instead of just pulling up a banner at the bottom, hey, pull up a video and let that be your actual major, it's just going to add a little more production element for your audience. And again, it's giving you a break from the camera. And believe me, when you do long streams, you do need a break from the camera. Like I said, if you need to wipe your nose, if you need to reapply your lipstick, if you need to, you grab a drink of water and you don't want to do that on screen, or just in general, you just need to move something around or change a webcam view or even change an overlay when you have that guest. A lot of reasons why you need a break from being on screen all the time. But here's the other thing. You're beautiful and you're amazing and I love you, but your audience might need a break from you too. So definitely adding those little elements to your stream is also just breaking things up a little bit for your audience. They're getting to see something different, and it does make your streams more interesting and more engaging. So it's very easy to do. Hopefully you saw how easy it was, and you'll start thinking about how you can start to use those video transitions in your video. And then the last reminder I'll say from a recap is that you want to remember when you make these transition videos, that if you have no audio in them, your microphone will not mute. So if you need a break from sound as well, then you might want to consider adding a little music to it, some stinger music or just something else to play in that actual video file, so that when that happens, your microphone will even be muted. So if you need a break and need to clear your throat, do whatever, and you don't want anyone to hear it, that's another great thing. If the video does not have sound, you will be able to talk over that video, just like I was doing when I was pulling up these transition videos or video transitions that I created for this stream itself. So these are great. You can play them, click on it. When it's done, you don't even have to worry about clicking anything else. You're going to pop back up on screen and your audience will continue to hear you. So definitely a lot of options there. Start thinking about it, get creative, have some fun. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And Angel wants to know, I would like to get a Streamyard shirt. Well, here's how you can get a Streamyard shirt. So Angel, if you come up with a topic, if you come up with a really great question, use that hashtag #AskStreamyard. And you know what? If we pick your question, we're actually going to send you a t-shirt. So that's one of the ways you can get a t-shirt. And then make sure you tune in to our various shows, especially the town halls on Sundays, where Dan and Gage go through, what's going on, updates with Streamyard. They love to hear your feedback on those shows, and they usually do a giveaway there as well. And just make sure you're subscribed, and you'll find other opportunities to get those t-shirts as well. So everybody, I'm going to hop off here for today and say, ta-ta and get out of here and go do some things. And you guys all have a wonderful day yourselves. I hope that you will, again, get creative with your streams and use these features that we talked about. But until next time, I got to say, thank you for watching. See you guys.